Top of the ninth, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Pirates up by 1. Aaron Judge up to the plate. Dennis Santana pitching. And here's the pitch. And the season's over.
Warning. There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Feel a bit more relaxed.
Also, it's been a while, so Dom forgot that our mics are hot when the intro's playing. That's your thumbnail pick. 96. God, we only got 4 more. Damn. Coming up to the end, guys. Yeah.
Get that. I'm really excited for this one. Very excited for this one, to be honest. To be completely honest with you, I'm very excited.
Man.
There's a lot of good things going on in the sports world right now. Shout out to the great one, Alex Ovechkin, in the game against the Islanders, correct?
I think so.
In a 4-1 loss against the Islanders, he had the lone goal, which was also the record-breaking goal, so putting him above Wayne Gretzky to put him as the number 1 overall best goal scorer of all time. As Penguins fans, I hated him growing up. But dude, at some point, he's got to come to respect him. Ovi's the GOAT. What? Let me rephrase. He's the GOAT of goal scoring. Sidney Crosby. 20 straight point-per-game seasons. Good for him. And then, it's obviously, guys, it's the best time of the year. It's almost summertime. You know what that means. It's baseball season. It's baseball season. We're 10 games into the season already. And the Bucks have won, not 1, not 2, but 3 of them. No, we're 3-7. Yes, we are.
We beat the Marlins once, I thought.
Yeah, and we beat the Rays once too.
Oh yeah, I forgot we played the Rays.
We've taken a whopping.
I think we got swept by the Rays.
We've taken a whopping 1 win per series through our first 3 series. Which is and we almost blew our 3rd win too. Not to mention how bad just how bad the Pirates Pirates bullpen's the worst thing I've ever seen.
The whole team's the worst thing I've ever seen.
No.
No, it is.
No.
It is. It is.
No, it's not.
What other years has there been when the fans are chanting "sell the team" and then following Bob Nutting to a suite saying "sell the team"? This is the worst it's ever been.
No.
On a year we're supposed to win? Yeah, it is.
Not the worst. It's not the worst.
It is the worst.
Ever.
I would rather be watching the 2021 Pirates where we lost 100 games than this team because I know we're going to lose 100 games. I know we're supposed to suck. This is the year we're supposed to win, and we put in 0 effort. 0 effort in the offseason. Let me explain myself. Spencer Horowitz, right? First base. He was chalked in to be the first baseman, starting first baseman of the year. They knew he was probably not going to be healthy. They knew he was probably going to be out 2 months. So what do they do to prepare? They have a random middle infielder that can't play first base and Endy Rodriguez be his replacement for now. That shows you don't care. Also, another reason that shows you don't care. Colin Holderman, that goes on the IL. You, instead of calling up Kyle Nicholas, who throws 100, who's pretty solid and has worked on his stuff, and I'm pretty confident he can be a solid bullpen arm for you this year. Do you call him up? No. You get somebody off of the waivers like it's 2021. Again, shows that you don't care. And then you wonder why people are saying sell the team. Then you wonder why people are following Bob Nutting to his suite yelling, sell the team. And then you wonder why people are booing Derek Shelton in the pregame intros. By the way, everything I said that was going to happen at the Pirates home opener happened. Wasn't everything that I said that was going to happen? Didn't it all happen?
He has a point.
It did. Everything I said,
Big time.
everything I said that was going to happen, it exactly happened the way I said it was going to happen. But no. They care about winning. Bob cares about winning. No, you don't. You never have. You never will. We obviously know this. Stop lying. Or either stop lying or just sell the team. Ben Cherington doesn't get any help. He doesn't. But he also is a frickin' moron. An absolute bumbling idiot. There is something I know that happened on Sunday. Which I'll get to Sunday's game in a second. He does his radio show usually on the Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Block, he's just doing his job, asking the questions, whatever, like he has to. Like, totally understand that. Then he usually goes to the elevator and answers questions from the other media people. You want to know how many minutes he stopped to do that for the media people on Sunday? Because he knows. And yet Greg Brown says at Pirates Fest that we're supposed to show respect to him. No, because he doesn't show respect to the city or the team. Any other organization, he would have been gone 2 years ago. But he's not, because it's the Pirates. Now,
Put Rex Ryan at the helm.
he honestly would probably be better than Ben Cherington. Like, literally, no. Another example. We traded Quinn Priester last year, who I didn't think was any, I don't know. I don't think he's a major league starting pitcher anyway. But he was just traded to the Brewers today for a haul, proving once again Ben Cherington has no idea what he's doing. Now Sunday's game. Two things. I actually will defend the Pirates on one thing, because it's somehow news for some odd reason. Removing the Roberto Clemente thing from right field wall. Remember that hot take I was telling you about earlier in the chat that it kind of hinted at?
Yeah.
This is it right here. And I actually might get a lot of hate for this, I'm not going to lie. And it's pretty risky with what I'm about to say. It's really not that big of a deal. Because they put the Roberto Clemente thing on the wall just to put a logo there. This is just mega blown out of proportion. And they put it back on. But, like, yeah, the Clementes were shocked about it. Should they have told him? Yeah, they should have. But, like, it really wasn't as big as a deal as people were making it out to be. Honestly, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But
I have to disagree.
really?
Yeah. I really have to disagree.
Because
50 years down the line, 50 years down the line, 22 is going to be up there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Absolutely.
50 years down the line, the 22 is going to be up there.
Probably in center field.
Probably in center field.
Which, by the way,
And
if this is Kutch's last year, by the way, the last game, because we're not going to make the playoffs, he should be starting in center field and batting third.
Yeah, I do disagree with the Clemente thing.
Yeah, but
because 50 years down the line, if that 22 is hanging up in center field, and then they take it down, it's going to be very similar.
Which I get that, but my point.
The majority of the Pirates' historical significance revolves around Roberto Clemente.
Which I agree.
And it's out of respect to him for building the organization.
The point I'm trying to make is that they put. Don't get me wrong. It's the Roberto Clemente wall 100%. Do not call it anything else. Then I have a problem. The point I'm trying to make was the logo itself, just the logo, not the whole wall itself, just the logo that was on the wall was just put there to put a logo there, and I know that's the truth. Like, I know that for a fact. That's the reason they put that there. That's the point I'm trying to make, and that's why I'm saying it's not that big of a deal. Now, not telling the Clementes, that's a problem. But it doesn't matter now because they put it back on. So it's whatever.
So it's fine.
So it's fine, yeah. Now, you're going to laugh with who I'm about to bring up next.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I have been kind of like off the grid recently. So whatever Mike's like super not happy about, it's all except outside of the Pirates, because that's just kind of like a recurring thing every April. Well, I mean, we'll get our hopes back up in May when we win like 17 games. But
So true.
But yeah, whatever Mike's not happy about right now, I'm really excited to hear it because it's honestly very brand new to me. Leon Draisaitl still sucks. I said it.
He's the GOAT.
I said it.
He's the GOAT.
But shout out Paige Beckers and the Yukon Huskies, women's national champions by a landslide. I don't know if you watched any of the game, but that, dude, it was, oof. For a national championship game, that was the craziest.
A lot of hair. Ooh.
For a national championship game, that was the craziest deficit I've ever seen. That is the most dominant national champion I've ever seen. Outside of 2023 Michigan Wolverines. Because everyone knows why. You know. Go on, Mike. I want to hear what you got in store today. I'm excited for this.
Jack Suwinski.
Oh boy.
I believe it was the Friday. No, not Friday. It's either the Saturday or the third game against the Rays. I think it was like the 6th or 7th inning. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, just because he had one nice hit. Then, yesterday.
I actually knew about this.
First of all, the entire team, they went like 20 at-bats without a hit. Their last hit was the 4th inning. They had a hit in the 4th inning. Then their next hit wasn't until Tommy Pham hit the walk-off. That's bad. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is Jack Suwinski.
Me and Mike have very different. I think we've probably talked about it before. Me and Mike have very different opinions about the kid. Him and Alex can't stand him.
No, I can't.
They can't stand him.
I can't, and this is why.
Myself personally.
No, this is why. This is why.
Okay.
If you can't hit a 92-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle when the bases are loaded, you shouldn't be in the majors. And he couldn't, and he struck out. Now, he had a nice steal that set him up for the walk-off, but that's just a steal. How many chances is this guy going to get? I feel like I've been saying this for a year. I swear to God, there is a YouTube reel from the summer that I am literally saying the same thing. How many chances does this guy get? He has gotten so many chances, any other organization, he would have been gone 2 years ago. Or at least a year ago. Maybe 2's a little bit of a stretch, because he had 26 home runs 2 years ago.
I disagree.
Huh?
I disagree.
You think he's a good major league player?
I'm not saying he's a major.
You think he should be in the majors?
I'm not saying he's a good major league player.
He shouldn't be in the majors at all.
I'm not saying he's a good major league player now.
No, not now.
But
He's gotten so many chances.
I know.
You can't. I think if you put him somewhere else that's not the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets, he's not going to do anything else either. He's not, because he's not good. He sucks. He doesn't even have an arm either. He can't do anything. Literally, if you look at the stats, he can't.
But Mike, hear me out for a second.
He can't hit a 92-mile-per-hour fastball.
What
He
other
can't hit a 92-mile-per-hour fastball.
What other options
Down the middle.
do we have?
Literally call anybody. Here, okay. Hold on. By the way, at first base, You could call it Matt Gorski, who was pretty solid in the spring training, but no. You want to use two guys that don't play first base to play first.
Stick to Suwinski.
Also, this Pirates line is
How many
awful.
options do we realistically have in our farm system?
Hold on.
Any farm system, any AAA, AA player that's on the brinks of getting called up, I guarantee you the same exact thing happens. Either they send Suwinski down to Altoona or Indy. I guarantee you his bat turn. I guarantee you his bat gets hot if he goes down in the minor leagues. Mike, that's what's gonna happen. That's always what happens. It's not him. It's the organization.
No.
Because the
Don't get me
minor
wrong.
league coaches, are better.
Every player. He's not getting any help. I will agree. He is not getting.
He's not getting any help.
No, he's not. He's not.
The hitting coach sucks. He's terrible.
But last year he was sent down, and he couldn't hit in AAA either. Look back at it.
What do you bat? What do you bat in AAA?
Pretty much the same.
What do you bat?
I'll look it up right now.
I'll look it up. I want to look it up.
Anything that's below 200 is awful. Here, guys that could replace Jack Suwinski right now at the roster spot. G1 base sucks. He doesn't. No. Matt Frazier, Matt Gorski, DJ Stewart, Bryce Johnson. Who else? Nick York, Billy Cook. All guys that could play the outfield and take Jack Suwinski's spot. Hell, who says it has to be an outfielder? Call it Malcolm Nunez, who also has power that I believe could hit. Peguero, give him another chance. I don't know how Alika Williams is still on the team. That one, I have no answer. Or, how about Henry Davis? I'm not saying he's good either. I think he's a bust. And he's probably on his last chance, to be totally honest with you. But those guys are all reliable guys that could replace Jack Suwinski right now. I also want to make it clear. I'm sure he is a wonderful human being. It's no disrespect to the kid. But doing a sports show, I'm just doing a job. That's it. Just like him and Leon Draisaitl, but I actually think he doesn't like Leon Draisaitl as a person. Do you like him as a person?
I don't know. His I don't even want to get into it. He sucks. That's all you need to know. But dude, anybody that if he gets sent down this year, which he probably will, probably be sent down in the next 2-3 weeks, realistically. Yeah. I guarantee you, all the guys that you just listed are going to be in the same exact position, unless they come out firing, unless whoever replaces them, unless they come out firing. I'm talking 3 for 4, 4 for 4 game. Unless they do that and they come out flat, the same thing's going to happen. They're going to bat 150 and they're going to suck. And then whoever gets sent down to AAA Indy, their bat's going to turn. They're going to turn around because the coaches are
they're awful.
Farm coaches
no.
are better.
Yeah.
Every single player
Listen.
that gets sent down on rehab assignment or he sucks or something. Every single player that gets sent down, as soon as they get to Indy, as soon as they get to Altoona is always one of the better teams in the Eastern League. Always.
And they kind of sucked last year.
Okay.
That's 1 year.
Historically,
that's 1 year. Yep.
Historically, Altoona is always one of the tougher teams in the Eastern League. Mm-hmm. And the Seawolves kind of came in, turning it around back-to-back years. Shout out Jason. But every single player that gets sent down because the coaches are better, they for some odd reason they start batting 300. They start turning it on. I don't think it's his fault, and I do think with what we have right now, I think he's our best option.
I also think he's not helping himself either. I really don't. And listen, I agree with you to an extent with that too, because here's an example. One of the times Key Brian Hayes was struggling, I can't remember when it was, he got help from the old AA hitting coach, I believe. I think O'Neal Cruz might have did this too.
And that's a totally different thing because Key Brian Hayes is a Gold Glove. He's a Gold Glove.
Hold on. He got help. They got help from that hitting coach, and they got better. So yeah, The farm system coaches are better. They are. They are. I mean, I was just ranting about Derek Shell and how I think he should be fired. So, like, certainly. But they sent Suwinski down. He's not batting 300 in AAA. I don't even think he's batting 250 or 260. Probably maybe like 230, but that's still not good.
But the reason 230 is not bad. 230 is about average.
It's average, but like,
dude,
they need him. They expect. This is what I know. They expect him to be on par with like Reynolds. He's not even close. That's all I know. But yes, the coaches are. I mean, how many times did I rant about Andy Haynes last year?
A ton.
A ton, yeah. But I still think he's not a major league player, and a lot of people do. He's never been good. But he's gotten chance after chance after chance. So once again, I'm going to go back to the question I just asked. How many chances does he get until he's finally DFA'd? That's all I'm saying. I think Suwinski has had more chances than Cole Tucker did. Look back at it. Though I think Cole Tucker, I'll admit, Suwinski's better than Cole Tucker. I will say that. No, and it's no disrespect to the boys. But still, though. That's my point. But, all right, now time for me to...
I'm just waiting to see the tweet that he was sent down to the minor leagues. I'm just waiting for it. Because normally what happens when we start talking about one player for this long,
yeah.
I think it happened to Tua. We were talking about Tua during football season. He got the starting job back. I think that's what happened, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yep, go. I'll hold this down.
First of all, before I go, oh, yeah, Margit.
I think Jack.
Here's the line.
I think Jack Suwinski's a good baseball player.
He's not.
I think he is.
And I
he
think
proved himself
once. I think Leon Draisaitl's a good hockey player.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Exactly. My
He's
point.
wrong. He's wrong.
Here's the Pirates lineup. Hayes at third, Kutch at DH. By the way, Kutch is literally our best hitter right now. He's 38. That's sad. That's pretty sad.
The horse historically good.
Yeah. Joey Bart, then Cruz, Pham, Canario, Andy at first for some reason, IKF at short, Adam Frazier at second, and Carmen Majinski pitching. What is that? Reynolds needs a day off, so I'm not surprised. But what is that? I don't understand. You want to talk about March Madness? Want to go ahead and talk about March Madness?
Oh, good. I got it.
Okay, go ahead. By the way, me and Alex tied.
I took dead last.
Yeah, you did. Jet Black, he's going blonde.
I took dead last. My bracket's been
you
dead
and the
for
boys.
about 2 weeks.
Screw you and the boys for giving us the inspiration of doing that idea.
I had nothing to do with that.
You bleached your hair too.
Yeah, but that was different.
Whose main idea was it first?
I don't know. It wasn't my idea. You guys just kind of did it, then told me about it.
No, I mean when you, CJ Clay.
Oh, CJ. 100%.
CJ. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%. But to finish off with the Pirates, I genuinely believe. I mean, baseball is a hard. Wrong one. Baseball is a hard game, and he proved that he can hit in the major leagues once. He proved that he can be a major league outfielder. I think he will turn it around eventually, even if it takes, I don't know, 20 games in the minor leagues. I think once he gets down to the minors, where the coaches are better, the pitching coaches are better, the hitting coaches are better, everyone's better, the managers are better. He's gonna turn it on, and I think he's gonna be back to the Jack Suwinski from 2023, 24. Shut up, dude. 24 major league home runs, Mike. Yeah. I wish you guys could hear him talking right now. I think he does.
Now, they can hear me now. He just unmuted me.
Oh, Jesus. Mute him again.
Mute me again.
But anyway, after a very fun tournament, we are here The day we're filming, it's Monday. So the national championship is tonight at Houston and Florida. I wish I could say it's the two best teams, but it's not. I don't think Houston, my personal prediction, I don't think Houston stands a chance against this Florida team. I really don't. Florida is one of the best basketball teams I've ever seen, and I really wanted to see Florida and Duke national championship. But Duke just got outcoached in the last 30-some seconds of that game. Outcoached mixed in with a couple mistakes. Turnover on the inbound, the missed shot by Cooper Flagg. Just very ugly turn of events in the last 37 seconds, I believe, in that game. But, yeah, I think the tournament was a lot of fun. Not as fun as recent years, though. There wasn't as many upsets, not as many Cinderella teams. The Elite Eight was chalk. The Final Four, what are you doing in here? Wave to the camera. Oh, you got a mic on.
Hello.
Hey, dude, what's going on?
up?
What's going on?
Yeah, we're talking about NCAA tournament.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, I was literally,
Dalton.
I was literally
Have you
just
been on camera
talking.
yet?
I was literally just
Every once
talking,
in a while.
and my mic was
Okay.
muted.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. What do you want to talk?
Well, I don't know anything about the Pirates, but I think from what I'm hearing, they should like sell the team or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Woo!
That's all you really need to
That
know.
one. Sell the team, Mr. Owner.
That's all you really need to know, to be honest with you.
I can't believe Duke
Oh my God,
struggled
man.
like that.
Oh, dude, they dominated the entire game. They were ahead the entire game. It was just that last 37 seconds, they just kind of collapsed in a way I haven't seen in a few years. It was insane.
Yeah. I keep seeing the clip of Cooper Flagg getting fouled, like right at the end.
Yeah.
From behind the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He got called for it was a very questionable over the back call too, which I don't know. I'm not a basketball referee. I'm not very fond of that stuff. But like the over the back, like I'm not very fond. Like I know basketball a little bit,
Yeah.
but the over the back foul, I just don't know the criteria for calling that a foul. So if someone wants to enlighten me in the comments, let me know. Tell me if you think it was a foul, because he didn't think it was a foul. But I don't know. This tournament just wasn't that fun.
2-1 seeds is sad.
It was entertaining. Like there was a lot of really good games. Like I think the best game that I watched, in my opinion, one of the better college basketball games I ever watched was second round Maryland versus Colorado State. One of the most entertaining games I've ever watched. But other than that, like McNeese was really fun for a day.
Shout out, Bryce.
Yeah.
They were really fun for a day, and then thought they were gonna stay hot, but just couldn't against Purdue. It just couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's talked about a lot like here yet, but with no Cinderella teams happening, right? And
Yeah.
all the NIL money, do we think that there's going to be like less Cinderella runs now with players?
That is a
Going
very
through.
interesting question you bring to the table. It really just depends on. Well, then now it's tough because you get those Cinderella teams. You get those Cinderella teams from like those teams beat teams who are always very good, but you're eligible. But the difference between football and basketball is you're eligible for the NBA draft after 1 year of college.
Oh, wow.
So like, if NIL was around during Zion's time at Duke, I think Zion spends all 4 years at Duke, which makes their narrative totally different because that Duke team was better than 99% of the teams in this pool. I think this year's Duke team is. I'm not gonna say better. I think they're more well-rounded. Because that Duke team with Zion and RJ Barrett, they didn't have a true big, which is crazy. It's really crazy to think about that, especially because I actually went back and looked at the stats from their game against. Oh my god, I can't. USF with Taco Fall. the rebounding in that game was fairly even. It was.
Well, Taco's a tall man.
I know.
Taco!
He's 7'4". You'd think it'd be 80 to 20, like 80% to 20% rebounds,
Yeah.
but it was fairly even between those teams. But with the NIL situation in college sports now, I think a lot of those, like the good teams, are going to continue getting better because they have
Yeah.
all this money to offer kids, and like there's a lot of kids in college now, like if they they could play all 4 years of college basketball, get drafted, never step foot on an NBA court, and they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like with how much money is in NIL, they're getting paid. They're gonna be like the NIL is an initiative to stay playing college sports, and I hate the NCAA.
Imagine a world where Zion Williamson plays for 4 years and doesn't join the Pelicans. It isn't stuck there. That's wild. They shut him down for the rest of the season, is what I heard.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
And he said that he wanted to keep playing, but they're not letting him. So
They're tanking.
we'll see what happens.
They're
with
tanking.
The Pelicans.
Just like
They're
the
tanking to see
Buccos.
if Cooper Flag
Just like that.
goes. But I don't think he goes to the draft this year. Because what's the point?
He said that he wanted to come back.
I mean,
Did you?
and also, dude, he's making a ton of money.
Oh my God.
Isn't he going to be
Yeah.
the
He's
1-1
making
pick
a ton
anyway,
of
though?
money. Like the money that Cooper Flag and all these really good players are gonna make, not even in just basketball and football, even baseball. Baseball's a little different though with the way that goes, because once you're drafted, you can still play in college, but like that team, like it's similar to hockey too, because like once you're drafted, that team will own the rights to you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So if you're in the middle of a heater, a 20-game heater, and your team calls you and you're like, hey, you're coming to wherever, we need you to play. You have to go play.
You don't have a choice.
It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing ever. But I think now with NIL, I don't think there's going to be that many Cinderella teams, because like you get the Cinderella teams because those guys are staying and playing all 4 years.
Yeah.
They're not they need a good junior year, senior year to even be thought of
Yeah.
in the early rounds of the draft. And now with all these really good players staying in college to play with NIL, the good teams aren't going to get any worse.
Yeah.
And with NIL, they're just going to keep bringing in more players. So they're bringing in the best freshman in the country,
Yeah.
but he's not going to start yet. He's going to have 2 to 3 years to develop under those guys. So I don't think the Cinderella. I think the Cinderella era is kind of just.
Yeah.
I think it's it. I don't know.
The other problem with it is like if you have a team that's not as good or is not expected to be as good, right? You're going to end up having those people just get taken next season, and it's just going to end up being another like more super teams, super
It's
one
just,
seeds.
and also college sport. All of college sports is just. It's just a whirlpool of things going on. It's just a whirlpool of players going in and out of the transfer portal. The transfer portal was the stupidest thing, but one of the best things to ever happen in college sports.
Why is it in the middle of the tournament, by the way?
No idea.
What that's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make very much sense. The tournament does run very long.
It is long.
Very long. There was other college teams done in like February.
It's March Madness.
It's April.
We're in April.
And we're still playing. We're still playing basketball. What are you thinking for the national championship game? By the time they see this, it'll be over.
Florida Gators.
Isn't it tonight?
Florida Gators.
Isn't it tonight?
Mike probably has the Cougars of Houston.
I think
that's
it's.
just
I
what
think
Mike does.
I don't know. I feel like Florida has
Where
the
is-
edge right now. I'm right here.
I can hear him talking.
Yeah, if I hear him talking too.
You want to come back on your own show?
I really don't want to get up. I mean, the people can still hear me, but
Oh, football. There's not much with football going on except heard rumors that Aaron Rodgers is signing to the Steelers this week.
I hope so. I'm so sick
Pat
and tired.
McAfee's going to be in Pittsburgh.
for his show.
And Aaron Rodgers will be on the show, and apparently that's when he's going to sign the contract.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Better pay him millions of dollars to get on the show, just like the Pat
mess.
McAfee show.
The only thing keeping the Pittsburgh community intact right now is Sidney Crosby. Not Sidney Crosby and the Penguins, just Sidney Crosby. As soon as if Sidney Crosby retires in the state that Pittsburgh sports are in right now, dude, there is going to be a recession in Allegheny County. Oh, it's gonna be awful.
Not good.
We're gonna start burning the bridges, man.
Oh my
Like,
God.
dude, it's just so bad. It's so bad. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You had Josh Allen and Mac
I'm
Hollins.
a Buffalo fan.
You had Josh Allen and Mac Hollins and Khalil Shakir.
Mac Hollins is on the Pats now.
Oh, is he for real? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Did he walk? Did he hike there?
Stephon Diggs. Probably. Who knows? The temperature isn't that different. He's going to be wearing barefoot all the time.
He's a nut for that. He's a nut.
He's got to invest in some Crocs.
I'm
Wrap
really
it up.
excited to see what Keon
Oh my
Coleman
God,
does.
my foot's right there.
I'm really excited to see what Keon Coleman does in the NFL.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for him.
He was doing good until he got injured. Then he talked about it on, he did a podcast with Carmelo Anthony.
Really?
Yeah, he talked about it on there where he's getting used to like having to play off like a different like role where he wasn't as much involved.
Because he didn't come in as the number one.
Yeah, well he was very much involved, and then when he got injured, he had a hand injury at some point during the season, and then came back and was playing more of like WR2. So I think now that he's had a season under it where he's like been able to adapt, I think he's going to do really good.
I still think he's gonna be. I still think he's gonna be the 2.
Yeah.
Because I think Khalil, like after the departure of Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir stepped up in a huge way.
Oh, he's shifty.
He is very good.
He's awesome.
He wasn't very like you wouldn't have thought much of him when Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs were getting all the targets.
Yeah.
And now and then they threw Kincaid in there too. Dawson Knox still gets the ball, and now James Cook. Khalil Shakir was like, who knows what they're doing with this guy now?
I am concerned about James Cook on that note.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of talks about him getting his extension, not getting his extension. As of last week, his house was for sale in Buffalo.
How do people figure that out?
That's a good question.
That's freaky. You guys need to chill. Let them live their lives. They're still people.
They do shovel out their driveways when it's Buffalo weather and
I mean, that's pretty baller.
feet
Yeah,
of snow.
I mean, yeah, that's
everywhere.
That's pretty nice. I wouldn't want my starting running back to miss a game because he snowed in.
I would invest in a very large snowblower with all that contract extension money that we should really give James Cook.
Or just move to Florida and play for the Dolphins.
Fair.
No, they'll extend him. I don't think there's no reason to not extend him.
Yeah.
Because like, how much cap
Mike's
space do you
waving at
guys
me.
have? A lot.
I'm going to let Mike come back.
Who has all the money? Outside of Josh Allen, who's getting paid in Buffalo?
Khalil Shakir just signed his extension.
Matt Milano? But are they giving him that much money?
Matt Milano just lost a year off his contract before he's a free agent. So he's a free agent after this year.
You guys cannot let him go. He's one of the best linebackers in the NFL.
Yeah.
You could not let him go, man. If James Cook goes up in the market, oh my God, I'll cry for you, dude. I will cry for you, brother.
All right. Mike, come back out here.
Oh, man, Mike's coming back.
This has been your Buffalo guy thing with me.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
Good talk. Hurry up, Mike. Here he comes. He's slowly coming. The camera's just looking at the chair right now. What's up, Mike? What's on your mind, kid?
I pretty much got everything off my chest, to be totally honest with you. So there's that. And my hair really looks like CM Punk's hair, I'm not going to lie, at least from that angle. But No! That's a penalty box offense.
Other than that, I think.
But thanks for watching. We're at 40 minutes already, surprisingly. Doesn't feel like we are. Next week returns to just one show a week now for 3 weeks, and then we take a break. But yeah, we're coming up towards the end, which means in 4 episodes you get to argue with Alex again. Which
I
yes,
don't know what we're gonna argue about, but it's gonna be something.
Which yes, he's coming back for episode 100, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna hurt him.
Better.
So yes, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Watch our show with Coach Scott. It was a great interview. It's already at like 79 views already in like 24 hours. Yeah, pretty solid. Actually, under 24 hours, which is insane. But yeah, I was gonna let Dalton do the paper toss, but now he left. So.
I would have paper.
In the what that? Yeah, there's plenty of scripts in there. He's coming to the other chair too. I'll make some room. I will make some room. I'm making some room. Oh, jeez. Now you have to go all the way in there and fade the black. You know what? Yeah, just hold it. We're just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold. We're not going anywhere. Goodbye. I'm keeping that in.